Hey sailors, it's a rainy day in Vancouver and I'm just heading down to the boat to check it out. Love walking down on the docks, and as I'm walking along I'm seeing how all the boats are tied up. Yeah, something as a sailing instructor I was always talking about knots and which ones to use, and really there's only a handful that you really need to master, but it's amazing how boats get tied up. It seems the more times you belay the line and turn it around a cleat, the stronger it's going to be, is the thinking. And maybe it's people thinking, as I keep turning around this, I'll finally figure out how I'm supposed to end it. So yeah, there's lots of tips and tricks and things to think about when you're tying up your boat at the dock, and also some of the other ones. So I'm going to head down below where it's nice and warm and pull out a few lines and run through some knots for you real quick. Hey everyone, I'm down below. The boat is nice and toasty, raining outside, but I could be anywhere. So knots. There's lots to learn about knots, and I could make a whole bunch of puns about knots, but I'm afraid I'm not going to. I found some lines in the, junk locker, and just pulled out some things that we can show you some different knots. We save lines too often, I think, as boaters, and sometimes we have to be careful to make sure we throw it out. I walked the dock and I saw lines that were looking like this, and if you've got a frayed line, time for it to go. You've lost a lot of the strength there. This is really not good for anything except maybe a YouTube video for you guys. So this one is probably something you're going to use everywhere. It's a bowline. Very simple knot to do. It's a non-slip knot. It does lose some strength of the line, but it's very easy, very quick to do. So you've got your end of the line. You're going normally around something. So if I was going to use, well, here I can't do it there where you can see, but if I came back to this stanchion, you can. So if I'm going around something, really simple, easy way is you just wrap around, pull it through, flip it over, and then up the rabbit hole, around the back of the tree, and down the rabbit hole, and you just hold the bitter ends on it and it tightens up, and you can see when it's done right, you should see they're parallel going down. And the whole thing is about a knot is strength, but also really quick to untie. So I could use this to climb a mast. I would secure myself with this rather than a shackle. Never go up a mast with just a shackle. You want to secure yourself, maybe not with a bowline, but with a proper knot for going up. If you're going to go up your mast in a bosun's chair, second line. But I'm digressing. The thing about knots is not only tying them, but untying them. So often we get knots that are just a mess, and you need sometimes to get a knot done really quickly, untied really quickly. So this one you can just flip over, you back it on the back side there, it just loosens up and off it comes, so no problem at all. If you weren't going around something with your bowline, you can just, making a loop, you just bring it down on itself like that. You made a little loop, very simple. You come up through the loop, back around the line itself, and then down again, hold it up so you can see all that, and boom, there we are. Nice and easy. Simple. You're going to use that a lot. Another one that we use a lot is a stopper knot. We can show that first of all. So there, figure 8 knot or stopper knot. You're just making a loop, put a twist in the line, another twist, pull it through. It's like a figure 8, right? There you go, boom. Nice for the end of your sheets, nice little stopper. Works great on all sorts of places. We often have to tie 2 lines together, tie your shoes. It's a reef knot, right? You've done it your whole life. So I'm gonna go with 2 lines that are similar. We'll pull up this nice little floaty yellow one for my dinghy, but I wouldn't trust this anymore because my dinghy's worth more than the line. Anyway, it's good for practicing with. So now I've got 2 lines. So very simple, right over the left, swing it around, left over the right, pull it tight. When you have done a square knot, reef knot properly, you can see they're hooked in like this. See how easy I can back it off? It just breaks so easy. I can tighten that, I can do anything to it. I can come back, grab my 2 bitter ends, and boom, it loosens right up. If you do it the other way, you got a granny knot. And nothing wrong with granny, but she shouldn't be on making knots. So reef knot, square knot, just once again, go wrap around, right over left, left over right. Oh, you can go the other way, left over right, right over left. It doesn't matter, but just make sure the two are coming up the one side, two are parallel. Parallel often when we're doing things. Parallel is what gives the strength. Now, reef knot's really super great unless we got lines that are not the same. So if I pull out my other line and I'm going, oh, I gotta tow your boat. Okay, so I've got this line. I'm just gonna quickly make a reef knot, right over left, left over right. And da-dum, 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 da-dum. I said it wouldn't slip, right? Well, look at this. Okay, tighten it down as much as I can. It's tight, doesn't hold. So, friction has to be on the line of the similar size. These are different sizes, so there's no friction there. There's nothing to hold it. So when I do it again, it's not gonna hold. Good for a magic trick, maybe. Whoa, it's all done. Oh my goodness, if anyone watches this, I don't know. My kid better not. So we need to do a sheet bend, not a sheet bend, a sheet bend. There's no Welsh around here. So taking your line, you make a little loopy. Easy peasy. You can do this onto metal rings, anything like that at all. So we come around the back side, making sure we go around the back side. And then rather than going down like a reef or square knot, we're going to tuck it under itself. This is a single sheet bend. Single. Ta-da. This, look, amazing. Like there's nothing to this knot and it holds so much. But if we want a little security, things are bouncing around a little, we're going to make it a double. Honestly, officer, I only had a double sheet bend. You just wrap around again. Same thing, tuck it under. Done. Simple. Cinch them down. That's the whole thing with making knots. You just carefully tightening up, holding your bitter ends, cinching it down, making sure it's right. This is strong. This will do for anything. If you did have to tow a boat, if you had to throw a thinner line first, bringing out a thicker line for something, towing, or maybe a shoreline or something else, sheet bends work so well. This also works really well if you're tying on a sheet to a sail, hence sheet bend. You can, in the clue of your sail, just tie on your sheet bend. Most use different knots for that, bowline a lot of the time for tying your foresail or your jib or your genoa on, but you could use that. Flopping around stuff would probably loosen up, so not probably the best choice on that one. Soft shackles, a lot of people are using those now. Google that, good thing to learn. So we're getting through the knots. That's already 3. You can do anything with those 3. Belaying a line would be another one. If I had a little cleat here to show, it would be so easy to see, but if I pretend my hand's maybe a cleat somehow, I'll try and do it somehow. Maybe like this. With belaying a line, the whole secret is get that first wrap on. That's where it's going to grab. So the wrap around there before you go over the horns, and then you're around the one horn, around the aft horn, and then finishing it off, you just flip it and over the horn. You don't need 42 times around, because the problem with that is you get to the end of your cleat and there's not much there to hold it on. So wrap, wrap, underneath, finish it. That's all there is to it. Finish it on the side away from the working part of the line so there's no chance of it bouncing or knocking off on that cleat. That's all you need to do. I've got a few photos, we'll look at those, or maybe they're on there already. You can see everyone has so many creative ways to do it. So there we are. Are there other ones? Yes, there's like a thief knot. Oh, clove hitch. Gotta use those, and also a rolling hitch, but clove hitch, very easy. Going around again, around a line, you're just wrapping around, crossing over to the other side, and then pulling it up through the center. We use these for our fenders. Here in the States, bumpers, fenders, and it will hold. The only problem with the clove hitch, very simple knot, is as it's shaking around. This is why I don't like using it for fenders, because they're always bouncing around. It will just loosen itself up. So I prefer, another knot we'll do right now, round turns. So we wrap around twice, and hitches, half hitches. You go over the line, through, over the line, through. That's simple. 2 half hitches, round turn, 2 half hitches, easy peasy, holds everything. If you want, you can back this and put another one on, backing it, but you go the same way, consistent. 2 rounds, and then through, and do your half hitches. There's a rolling hitch too, very much like a clove hitch, so you're wrapping around, but this time before you cross over, you put one more wrap on, then you cross over, come up through the center, and pull it tight. You got a rolling hitch here. It just gives a little more strength for up and down, for securing it. So clove hitch, rolling hitch. What else? Round turns, 2 half hitches, sheet bands, reef knots, square knot, bowline. Need that. There you are. Pretty simple. So practice it. That's the best thing to do. Grab yourself some lines. Oh, I didn't even talk about this stuff. That's a whole story in itself. This stuff degrades so quickly. And another video sometime, I'll show you how we do splicings and all those fun sorts of things. I think I noticed in, oh yeah, no, that's just tape. I thought I had a nice splice at the end, or a nice whipping on the end, but we will save that and talk about bids and whipping and all the sorts of funs, including Dyneema, another time. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, and I'll try and keep the puns and bad humor off this video. Okay, we talked a lot about the knots, but one thing that I just want to bring up before we go is just doing a proper coil to put these lines away now. I do this in a locker, what a mess. We want to do some coils. There's lots of different sorts of things that people do, but the whole thing with doing coils is don't put it around your arm like this. You're going to get kinks in it. It's going to wrap up. You just want to do nice, loose coils, right? In your hand, just grabbing it nice, loose, your arm's length, you know, keep them all the same. And when you get to about 2 arms length at the end, there we are, 2 arms length, a little more maybe, depending if you're going to be tying it or not, or just sort of stowing it away. If you're hanging it, you might want to leave yourself a little more. Just do your wraps. So you're wrapping 2 or 3. You can do more if you want to go all the way up. You're wrapping up towards your other hand. You see my hand's already through there, ready to go, ready to pick up something. When I've decided on enough wraps, or my fingers are squished in there, just pinch it between your fingers, pull it through, give a little twist, over the top, snug it down nice and tight, and there you are. Voila. You can then do your clove hitch. Hang that in your locker so it stays nice and dry. Hang it on your lifelines. Yeah, wherever. It's easy, then you can tie it up. You've got it. Lots of people finish it in different ways. They just put a quick loop through the top and then up through. That's fine too. Lots, I'm sure I'm going to get comments eventually about people, but I just like this one. It's very simple. Then when you're ready to take your and uncoil it, your line, you know you're just going to take that top one, flip it over the top, and out it comes, and you're ready just to free your line. You can just shake it, and out she comes, and you're ready to go with however you want to use it. Keep your lines tidy. It's a little bit of seamanship, and it just makes your boat look proper. We see all sorts of ways. A lot of people will take their sheets and then do the, you know, fold it over the line and through. That's fine too. There's other ways to do it. I'm not saying this is the only way. The only one that you're not going to put a full gasket coil on like that would be your line that you have secured for your life ring. You want to get that off very quickly, so you want to have a way of doing it so you're not messing with taking off the gasket at the end of the coil. So that's it.